In the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here in KC as their beloved Chiefs took the field, and they are set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway.
On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Still leaves them with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Obviously, slowing down Mahomes, going to be a tall order. He gets the completion there, but what do defenses need to try to do against him?
Well, as we saw in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, their #1 goal was to get him to 3rd down and long situations. Not 3rd and manageable, meaning 3rd and 4 or less. But 3rd and 7 or more, there were plenty of those situations because now you can unleash your pass rushers. And if you can get that going, get him pressured in the pocket, get him on the move, use those 7 behind him to cover, that's how you can play Patrick Mahomes the best, I believe.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a do-it-all back, and he did plenty on that run. And as a rookie, 803 yards rushing for the season, and Kansas City may look to up his workload a little bit in year 2. The last pick of the 1st round in 2020, he more than justified that selection with his ability to run.
Yeah, he is going to go down here, but we also have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Throwing now is Mahomes. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
And any offensive lineman getting ready to try and block Zadarius Smith knows he's in for a long ball game. 26 sacks in his first 2 years in Green Bay, including 12.5 in 2020.
After the sack on 1st down, Mahomes flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
Picked off by Chris Barnes.
And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
But since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st down, Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first, 18 yards that time. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Dean Lowry. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Mahomes now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 7-3 lead, we'll see how aggressive they want to be.
On first down, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And I think the Chiefs have it, they do. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, 5, you know it's beyond difficult.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Second and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Working with his 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Elton Jenkins, the Pro Bowler, flag there.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now it's Rodgers.
And a slant to his running back. It's Jones.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
I mean,
that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap to Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes.
He finds Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here.
And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Mahomes to throw once more. That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown! Demarcus Robinson. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. But that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point by Butker is on target. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, But guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Second and 10.
Here's a give to Jones running left. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
On play action, Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time. But now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. His throw incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
From midfield, here's Mahomes.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
51 the mark, boys, 51. Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. To throw is Rodgers. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. To tackle them almost on the spot, that means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Back to throw, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer 1st. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Adams. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth. Now Rodgers got to have this one.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Rodgers again now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.